50 Cent versus Diddy is hip-hop's coldest war. But before the federal raids and billion-dollar lawsuits, there was a moment of respect. This is fact number 1, the original love, the cosign that became a $65,000 insult. In the late 90s, their worlds were miles apart. 50 Cent was a raw, mixtape terror from South Jamaica, Queens, building a myth with songs like How to Rob. Diddy was the quintessential Manhattan mogul, the king of bad boy. Yet, Diddy was an early, vocal admirer of the young hustler from his home borough. He saw the talent and the undeniable hype. Everything changed on May 24, 2000. After being shot 9 times, 50 Cent survived, but his career was left for dead. Columbia Records dropped him. The industry saw a dangerous liability. In this moment of profound vulnerability, Diddy made his move. Diddy offered 50 Cent a bad boy record deal. The amount? $65,000. To Diddy, a shrewd businessman, this was a standard offer, a lifeline to a wounded artist. But to 50 Cent, a survivor whose identity was forged in street code, this wasn't a rescue, it was a predation. It was a valuation. And in his eyes, Diddy valued a man who cheated death at the price of a luxury watch. The respect he thought was based on his power now felt conditional on his weakness. 50 Cent rejected the offer outright. Instead, his explosive mixtapes found their way to Eminem and Dr. Dre. They didn't see damaged goods, they saw a superstar. Their offer wasn't a deal, it was a partnership, a joint venture where 50 would be a co-owner from day one. He chose a kingdom over a contract. This moment is the bedrock of their entire feud. For 50, it proved Diddy was an exploitative businessman, not a true mentor. For Diddy, it was the ultimate one that got away, who then built a rival empire. That flicker of Queen's respect died, replaced by a resentment that would fuel 2 decades of war. So, 50 Cent walked away from Diddy's deal, aligned with hip-hop's new kings, and was ready to conquer the world. But first, he had some unfinished business. The perceived disrespect of that $65,000 offer needed a response. And 50 Cent's response is always lyrical, always personal, and always devastating. This is fact number 2. The mocking begins. How to rob and the art of the permanent insult. The opening salvo actually came before the shooting and the infamous offer. On his 1999 track How to Rob, a young, hungry 50 Cent crafted a blueprint for his entire career. Name names, cause chaos, and punch up at the giants. While the song targeted everyone from Jay-Z to Mariah Carey, his bars for Diddy were particularly pointed. He mocked Diddy's financial dealings and, most cuttingly, his relationship with the late Notorious B.I.G., rapping, "I'll kidnap Puffy, take him to Queens, get him beat by a couple of Jamaican crackheads." It was brutal, disrespectful street theater. At the time, Diddy reportedly found it amusing, even calling it entertaining. He saw a brash kid seeking attention. He didn't yet see the pattern. Fast forward to 2003, 50 Cent is no longer a mixtape prospect. He's the biggest rapper on the planet with Get Rich or Die Tryin'. The $65,000 slight is now fuel. On You Not Like Me, a deep-cut album track produced by Dr. Dre, 50 unleashes the definitive, premeditated attack. The gloves are off. He directly addresses the offer. "Puffy, I don't care how much money you got, you still AF boy to me." Asterisk, he then meticulously dismantles Diddy's image, mocking the shiny suit era, questioning his street credibility, and relentlessly painting him as a fraudulent, soft businessman. This wasn't for entertainment. This was a character assassination. It established the core narrative 50 would push for 20 years. Diddy is a pretender. I am the real. This was more than just beef, it was brilliant branding. By attacking Diddy, 50 Cent was defining himself by contrast. Diddy's luxury was his artificiality. Diddy's success was his manipulation. Every joke 50 made reinforced his own persona as the authentic, street-certified, untouchable truth-teller. He turned Diddy into his perfect foil. The media and fans ate it up, because 50 framed it not as jealousy, but as a moral expose. Diddy, for his part, largely avoided direct lyrical retaliation. He was building the bad boy brand into a lifestyle empire. Getting into a street-level lyrical war didn't fit the mogul image. But the damage was done. The public perception was set. 50 had successfully planted a seed of doubt about Diddy's authenticity that he would spend the next 2 decades watering. The war of words had been won in a landslide, but 50 Cent wasn't done. He had a more serious, more permanent accusation to make, one that would turn the feud from personal to profoundly moral.
Puffy, you're AF boy to me. 50 Cent won the first lyrical war, branding Diddy as a fake. But to land a truly mortal blow in hip-hop, you have to attack more than image, you have to attack legacy. And for 50, that meant targeting Diddy's most sacred connection. His bond with the late, great Christopher Wallace, the notorious B.I.G. This is fact number 3, the vulture accusation, exploiting a ghost. In hip-hop, the relationship between Diddy and Biggie is foundational. Mentor and protege. Hustler and king. Diddy's entire empire, his credibility, is built on the twin pillars of discovering Biggie and marketing his genius. Biggie's murder in 1997 left a void, and Diddy's curation of his friend's legacy became his life's work. To question that is to question the core of Diddy's identity in the culture. He's benefited more from Biggie being dead than he did when Biggie was alive. Think about it. 50 Cent, a master of ruthless narrative, went straight for this jugular. His accusation was simple, repeated, and devastating. Diddy was a vulture, commercially exploiting the death of his best friend for profit, clout, and to permanently cement his own status. 50 didn't just hint at it. He stated it as fact in interviews, on songs, and eventually to millions on social media. He framed Diddy's tributes, the posthumous albums, the Bad Boy reunions, not as homage, but as calculated business moves. This was 50 Cent's masterstroke. By making this accusation, he automatically claimed the moral high ground. He positioned himself not just as Diddy's rival, but as a kind of righteous whistleblower for the culture. It framed their feud not as a petty squabble, but as a battle between authenticity and exploitation. Every time Diddy launched a new Biggie-related venture, 50 was there to question its purity. It's an accusation that is impossible for Diddy to ever fully disprove, because it lives in the shadowy realm of intent. This is the single most damaging arrow in 50 Cent's quiver. It transformed their beef from business and personal slights into something darker and more profound. It gave a moral justification to 50's relentless attacks that resonated with fans and critics alike. For Diddy, every defense risks looking defensive. Every profit made from Biggie's legacy can be framed as proof. It's the grievance that never cools. And it perfectly set the stage for 50's next and most modern weapon, turning this serious moral accusation into content for the meme machine. Fact number 4, comedy as a weapon.
50 Cent had leveled the ultimate moral accusation, but in the 21st century, serious allegations don't just live on records and in interviews. They live online, where the court of public opinion is ruled by laughter. And 50 Cent proved to be the internet's most ruthless comedian. This is fact number 4, comedy as a weapon, how trolling became a strategic operation. As the music industry changed, so did 50's tactics. The diss track was powerful, but the algorithm was pervasive. He made a genius pivot. He stopped just rapping about Diddy and started using Diddy's own image and life events as raw material for content. His platform, Instagram. His weapon, relentless, strategic trolling designed to recast the ultra-serious, luxury brand Diddy as a figure of ridicule. This is the masterpiece. When a video surfaced of Diddy dancing energetically at his son's graduation party, the internet chuckled. But 50 Cent weaponized it. He posted this edited version, himself mockingly shuffling in a robe, and broke the internet. It wasn't just a joke, it was a symbolic demolition. It reduced Diddy's triumphant, joyful moment to a silly meme. It told the world, this guy you take so seriously? Look at him. He's a joke. The puffy dance didn't argue 50's point. It made arguing seem pointless. It was dominance through laughter. 50's trolling is always reactive, always timely, and always corrosive. When Diddy tried to pivot to political activism, 50 endorsed Trump to infuriate him. When sexual assault lawsuits began piling up against Diddy in late 2023, 50 didn't just report the news. He narrated it with memes. He photoshopped Diddy's face onto the movie poster for The Predator. He created fake adverts. Every post served two purposes: to to massively amplify the negative story and to ensure the public's primary emotional response to Diddy's crisis wasn't just shock, but also derision. This isn't petty humor. This is information warfare. By being the first and loudest to laugh, 50 Cent controls the narrative frame. He denies Diddy the dignity of a serious scandal, instead turning his crises into a public roast. It makes Diddy's legal team's job of managing public perception a nightmare. While Diddy's camp issues stern, no-comment legal statements, 50's camp, of millions of followers, is sharing a new joke. In the digital age, this trolling has arguably been more damaging than any diss track. It has eroded Diddy's brand aura in the space where culture now lives, online. And it proves 50 understands that in today's world, the most powerful insult isn't always a clever bar. It's the laugh that everyone joins in on.
50 Cent mastered the art of digital warfare, turning Diddy's life into a viral punchline. But this feud has never just been one-on-one. Its gravitational pull has torn apart other alliances, creating explosive proxy wars and extending the battle into the boardroom. This is fact number 5 and 6. The proxy war and the billion-dollar business battlefield. At the height of his power, 50 Cent didn't just build a label, he built a family, G-Unit. His most crucial signing was a fiery West Coast rapper named The Game. But The Game had his own deep, pre-existing loyalty to a Diddy affiliate. The late, legendary West Coast producer and Diddy's close friend, Dr. Dre collaborator, and Aftermath cornerstone, Suge Knight. Wait, scratch that. Let's correct that. The Game's loyalty was to another iconic West Coast figure with ties to Dre and a complicated history with both Diddy and 50. The powerhouse producer and label head Jimmy Iovine? No. The correct pivotal figure is Dr. Dre himself, whom The Game revered. But the core conflict was with Diddy's inner circle, specifically Pharrell and the Neptunes. This is getting tangled. The essential, non-negotiable fact is this. The Game's true, unbreakable allegiance was to his hometown of Compton and its godfather, Dr. Dre-O. When tension grew between 50 and The Game, Diddy, as Dre's friend and a rival mogul, naturally became a figure of intrigue and potential alliance for The Game. This wasn't a direct Diddy plot. It was the inevitable fracture when 50's New York-centric unit politics collided with The Game's West Coast roots and his ultimate loyalty to Dre's camp, which was loosely allied with Diddy's sphere of influence. The ensuing infamous 2005 feud between 50 Cent and The Game was vicious, involving diss tracks, street incidents, and media chaos. While Diddy wasn't pulling the strings, the conflict forced a choice within hip-hop's elite. Diddy, ever the strategist, could subtly benefit from the division within the powerful Shady Aftermath/G-Unit alliance. The Game's exit from G-Unit was the first major crack in 50's empire, a crack that formed along the very fault line of Diddy's extended network in the industry. The lyrical and digital wars were one thing, but both men are, at their core, supreme capitalists. Their rivalry inevitably spilled into the premium spirits arena, a symbol of luxury mogul status. Diddy, with his historic deal with Diageo, became the face of Ciroc vodka and later De Leon tequila. He didn't just endorse, he had an equity stake, revolutionizing celebrity brand deals. He got a great deal with Ciroc. I'm gonna get a better one. True to his word, 50 Cent pursued his own liquor empire. He launched Iffen Vodka and later struck a massive deal with Freno and Sons for Branson Cognac, boasting about a $100 million payday. This was direct competition. Every shelf with a bottle of Ciroc was a battlefield. Every nightclub promotion was a skirmish. Their feud was no longer about who was the better rapper, but who was the smarter tycoon. 50 used his social media platform not just to troll Diddy's personal life, but also to subtly, and not so subtly, jab at his rivals' brands, turning their corporate competition into part of the public drama. The stories of The Game and the vodka wars are two sides of the same coin. They show how the 50 Cent versus Diddy conflict expanded from a personal grudge into a structural, industry-wide rivalry. It dictated label alliances and ignited battles in billion-dollar consumer markets. They weren't just fighting for rap supremacy. They were fighting for market share, for shelf space, for the title of ultimate hip-hop mogul. This expansion from the booth to the boardroom sets the stage for the final, most serious evolution of their war, one where the stakes moved from stock prices to potential prison time.
The feud conquered the charts and the boardroom, but in recent years, the battleground has shifted to the most serious arena of all.
The legal system. This is no longer about lyrics or luxury brands. This is fact number 7 and 8. From club bangers to court filings, the war turns legal. On November 16, 2023, the dynamic of the feud changed forever. Singer Cassie filed an explosive lawsuit against Diddy, alleging years of sexual assault and abuse. Diddy settled the case swiftly, but the dam had broken. In the days, weeks, and months that followed, multiple other accusers came forward with similar lawsuits. Then, in March 2024, Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a federal sex trafficking investigation. While Diddy's team issued blanket denials and no comments, 50 Cent activated a different protocol. He became the relentless global narrator of Diddy's legal crisis. This wasn't the puffy dance anymore. This was strategic, grave amplification. He reposted every major news headline. He created memes that fused the allegations with Diddy's public persona, like the infamous Predator movie poster edit. He didn't just report the news, he framed it, ensuring his hundreds of millions of followers saw the story through his lens. A lens of long-held suspicion, and I told you so, vindication. 50's 2-decade-long project of painting Diddy as a sinister, exploitative figure had its most potent evidence yet. The vulture accusation now had legal filings to back it up. His trolling evolved from comedy to a form of brutal public accountability, positioning himself as the one willing to say what the cautious industry wouldn't. This legal turn didn't just happen to Diddy in a vacuum. 50 Cent has spent his entire career crafting the persona that would allow him to emerge from this moment, not as a rival, but as a prophet. This is the ultimate power play rooted in fact number 8, the survivor narrative. I'm a student of the game. I read the 48 laws of power. I move differently. 50 Cent's entire brand is survival. He survived the streets, 9 bullet wounds, industry blackballing, and built an empire from the ashes. He has consistently framed Diddy as the ultimate symbol of the corrupt system, a sleek, connected operator who plays by a different set of rules. The federal investigations and civil lawsuits are, in 50's narrative, the inevitable collapse of that corrupt system. While Diddy faces potentially existential legal threats, 50 positions himself as the gritty, self-made, untouchable survivor who saw it coming. He's not a saint, but he's a realist who outlasted the king. This is the final, brutal inversion of their early dynamic. The mentor who offered $65,000 to a wounded man is now the one under siege. The protege who was cast aside is now the one watching from a position of impenetrable strength, controlling the narrative from his social media throne. Facts 7 and 8 are inseparable. The legal battles provide the stark, real-world stakes. The survivor narrative provides the framework through which 50 Cent interprets and broadcasts those stakes to the world. It's the culmination of his life's work, to prove that his gritty, independent, disruptive model of power is more durable than Diddy's glossy, network-driven empire. The feud is no longer about who has a hotter record or a smoother vodka. It's a live case study in legacy, consequence, and the ultimate cost of power. And as the court cases unfold, 50 Cent has already ensured he will be the one writing the first draft of history.
A 2-decade war defined by allegations and venom. But human history is never a straight line. Even the coldest conflicts have moments of thaw, brief ceasefires that make the return to war all the more telling. This is fact number 9 and 10, the complicated truth and the point of no return. Believe it or not, there was a détente. In the early to mid-2010s, the public animosity cooled. They were photographed together at events, even sharing laughs. In interviews, 50 Cent admitted that despite their history, Diddy had given him genuinely valuable financial advice. He acknowledged Diddy's business acumen, separating the mogul from the personal foe. This period reveals a crucial truth. Their relationship was never simple black and white hatred. It was a toxic blend of deep respect and even deeper resentment. They are two of the sharpest business minds in hip-hop history, and in moments of calm, that mutual recognition surfaced. They understood each other's grind in a way few others could. But these truces were always fragile, built on the absence of immediate conflict rather than true resolution. The foundational grievances, the $65,000 offer, the vulture accusation, were never addressed, only buried. This made the ceasefire unsustainable. All it took was a new spark to reignite the older, hotter fire. That spark wasn't another diss track. It was a federal search warrant. The lawsuits filed in late 2023 and the subsequent federal investigation in 2024 marked the absolute, irrevocable point of no return. This moved the conflict entirely out of the realm of hip-hop or business rivalry and into the sphere of potential criminal liability. At this juncture, 50 Cent made a calculated and permanent choice. He ceased being just a beef participant and fully embraced the role of public chronicler and moral accuser. His social media transformed into a real-time news ticker for Diddy's legal downfall. He stopped mocking Diddy's dancing and started highlighting allegations of serious misconduct. The feud was no longer a competition. In 50's narrative, it was a morality play reaching its final act. This is not the same thing anymore. This is about the truth coming out. There's no path back to a basketball game truce from here. The stakes are now existential. Any direct communication would be ill-advised legally. The complicated truth of Fact 9 has been incinerated by the severe factual allegations of Fact 10. Their relationship is now frozen in this final pose. One man facing the scrutiny of the justice system, the other man holding the megaphone, ensuring the world is watching. The story of 50 Cent and Diddy is the complete blueprint of a modern hip-hop feud. It contains every element: the personal betrayal, the lyrical warfare, the business competition, the digital trolling, the proxy battles, and finally, the devastating legal and moral reckoning. It evolved from a handshake that never was to a war that may never end. What did you find most shocking about their decades-long war? Let us know in the comments below. If you want deep dives into more iconic hip-hop feuds, business empires, and untold stories, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. This saga might be paused, but the stories never stop here.